Hello again, River family. We are back again today to continue talking about what it means to trust God and have Him be our defender, our protector, our safe place. We're going to continue reading in Psalm 91 and kind of discussing what that means when it comes to day-to-day life and how we view God and process our lives. Starting in verse 3. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. So, up until this past year, 2020, I don't think I ever really read the deadly pestilence part and felt like it would actually be practical, right? That was always just like, oh yeah, He'll save you from deadly pestilence, right? But that actually became a reality of a real fear that was presented to everyone every day. Since last March. And this idea that there is a pandemic, there is a deadly virus, there is something coming to kill you, right? Is something that the media presents and other people share, and politicians, everyone has an opinion. Who has bought into that fear is trying to spread that fear. And if we're trusting in the Lord and He is my refuge, then I trust that He'll save me from that. And that is interesting because it doesn't necessarily mean I'll never get COVID, but I'm not afraid of COVID. And there's a difference there. It doesn't mean that I pretend it doesn't exist either and act like I'm invincible, because that's not what it says. It says He will save me. He'll be my protector, right? There is a difference there. So I think that is important to note. Did you have any thoughts on that?
I just like that it's in there. Like, to me, it's like there isn't going to be something that you come against in your life that isn't mentioned, even if it's not like maybe specific in a personal way. Like, the idea, the concept of it has been covered, and I just love that it starts with surely He will save you.
Yes.
And then lists, so there isn't, in my mind when I read that, there is not an opportunity to wonder, and I think that that's a really kind thing for the Lord to do. So I like that.
Yeah, and the picture of Him saving you from a snare, right? That specifically paints a picture of something that was meant to trap you, something that was meant to snag you, to hold you down, right? The fowler snare keeps it from flying away. There's an intentionality of stopping you,
right?
And that's something we know the enemy tries to do,
right?
But He will save you from that,
right?
And so step one is He's the place where I dwell, so things don't affect me. But now, step two is because I'm trusting Him in that, He's also proactively saving me from things that would otherwise affect me, pestilence and snares.
But I mean, also, don't be shaken by those things.
Right.
Because, yes, He promises to save you, but He wouldn't have mentioned it if He didn't think it would affect your life.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
The fact there is snares shouldn't be something that now I'm afraid or looking out for them.
Right.
I trust that He's the one saving me from it, so it's not my job to find every pitfall the enemy has placed, or it's not my job to go and figure out everything about every pestilence and therefore avoid it, right? It's like it exists, but He's going to save me from it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's important.
Yeah.
Then it talks about He'll cover you with His feathers, right? And under His wings you'll find refuge.
Right.
That idea of covering, I think that is something that a lot of people don't fully understand, but it's something we all really desire.
Yeah.
We don't know, maybe it might not have words for it, but we desire a covering, a protection that's not just something that breaks the bad things coming at us,
right?
But a protection that involves a cover. How do I explain covering without saying covering? It's a protection that involves
like you're surrounded.
Yes.
But no.
A comfort.
Yeah.
A respect for your desires, your needs, right? The feathers are warm. They do protect from things, but also they provide more than that.
Yeah. I would say that it's literally a different environment that you get to live in.
Yeah. That's great.
It's not just stopping the harmful things from getting to you, but it's you get to live as if that's not happening. And I think that our church body has experienced that in this season.
Definitely.
And like, to me, that's better than an umbrella. That's better than just like, it's raining, but I don't have to get wet. Not only is it raining, I don't have to get wet, but I'm like actually feeling the sun. Right. You know, like it's one step beyond.
It's again, like I said, I was trying to explain, like, it's something we all desire, but don't necessarily know that we desire.
Yeah.
And it's beyond just like, when you have the peace that passes understanding.
Yeah.
It's not just that you're calm.
Right.
It means that when things around you would make sense for you to be really stressed, you're actually not experiencing the stress.
Right.
And the covering is what does that.
Yeah.
The wing that covers you, that shadows you from whatever's out there. And again, it doesn't mean that we just hide away.
Right.
We're not hermits hiding under the wing, pretending the world doesn't exist. But in the midst of walking in the world, we're experiencing a different reality.